telling me you're not going to give these women a copy of their return.
You're not an IRS official.
I'm asking.
I will help them if they were clients.
They were your clients. They'd like a copy of their return.
There are so many gun-related incidents here in our borough that Brooklyn has the 3 precincts with the highest amount of gun-related arrests in the entire city. That's right, Rich. After pleading guilty to the kidnapping and murder of 8-year-old Libby Kletsky earlier this month, Levy Aaron is expected back here in Supreme Court today for his sentencing. But the real question is, how will people who live in each neighborhood feel about their own scent? Let's go find out.
You don't have anything to say to the clients who were outside your store?
Get away from me.
Did you file legal tax returns?
We've got some action going on outside the stadium over here in Babe Ruth Plaza, and I got Bernard and Bianca, some longtime Yankee fans here with me. Thanks so much for talking to us. Bianca, we're going to start with you. What do you like about opening day? What makes matters worse is that this stream of unsanitary sewage has now made its way into a children's playground. That's right, Kevin. A journalist always looks for a story he can sink his teeth into, and I guess, well, this being Shark Week and all, this is my opportunity. I am here outside the current shark exhibit at the New York Aquarium, which most people say is already one of the most popular exhibits here at the park. People who use Fort Greene Park call it one community park with 2 different sets of rules. Over here on the Myrtle Avenue side of the park, there are signs which say the park closes at 9 p.m. However, over here on the DeKalb Avenue side, there are signs which say the park closes at 1 a.m. It's a stench that people living in the Gravesend houses have been dealing with for about a week.
Smell like human feces.
An overflowing sewage system has backed up, flooding one of the exits and sending feces flowing down the walkways.
I feel skeeved and I feel like I need a super shower after this.
Thursday, crews came to clean out the clogged pipes, but people living in the building say this sewage spill is not an isolated occurrence.
The sewer is filling up twice a month, 3 times a month, and it's just disgusting. They keep putting Band-Aids over holes when they just need to do the whole system all over again.
What makes matters worse is that this stream of unsanitary sewage has now made its way into a children's playground, and many people are concerned that even once this problem is fixed, the germs will remain behind, leaving the kids at risk.
My grandkids play in that playground. So yeah, I think that's very bad because they don't never clean it.
And with bugs and bacteria breeding in their basement, many are worried it won't be long until the entire building feels the effects. Reporting from the Gravesend houses, Joe Messeri, News 12 Brooklyn. Firefighters are still working at the scene here at this 7-alarm fire at this 7-story building here on New York Avenue. It's been a long day for these firefighters as they tried to clear more than 100 families who live in this apartment building. 24 firefighters did suffer minor injuries, and there was one firefighter who was taken to the hospital suffering from critical chest pains. However, he is expected to be okay, and at this point, none of the injuries are considered life-threatening. Now, at this point, it's unconfirmed, but we're told this whole fire started around 10 o'clock after a lightning bolt hit the roof of this 7-story building, causing the top floor to go up in flames. We spoke to several people as they arrived here on the scene and saw their apartments on fire.
It's horrible, but I have my life. I mean, everything is gone. I can see my living room right there on fire, so everything is gone. But God still blessed me because I could have been in there this morning.
My eyes, I don't know what's going on. You leave your house one way, you come home, this is it. But I'm happy everybody's alive.
And firefighters were not just battling the fire, they were also battling the heat and humidity. Just to give you an idea of how hot it was here at the scene, there was a member of the Red Cross who collapsed to the ground due to heat-related conditions during a press conference. Now, that member of the Red Cross was conscious and breathing when he was removed here from the scene. In the meantime, the Red Cross has set up a reception center to help the fire victims deal with their loss, as it seems unlikely that any of them will be able to return to this apartment building tonight. Reporting from Prospect Lefferts Gardens, Joe Messeri, News 12 Brooklyn. Linda Jackson says she's been voting for decades. So when she went to PS 315 in Flatbush to cast her vote in Thursday's primaries, she couldn't believe it when the poll worker told her she wasn't in the right place.
I could not possibly understand how my name fell off the registration booklet.
Turns out Jackson was one of a number of Brooklynites who were redistricted earlier this year. Problem is, she says the Board of Elections never told her.
They did not notify us previously that we were being rezoned and redistricted.
A spokesperson for the BOE disagrees. In a statement, she told us the city of New York sent out information notices to every voter, informing them of their poll site address and upcoming election dates in advance of the election. But Brooklyn Councilman Jumaane Williams says Jackson wasn't alone.
If there was a purposeful plan to disenfranchise voters, it couldn't have gone any better.
Williams says voters were not informed about all of their voting options and even told that their vote would not count.
Every single vote is magnified, so all those people could have really affected a race.
Jackson says what's most concerning about the voter confusion she faced here on Thursday is the fact that it was only a primary election with a low voter turnout, and she's concerned it could mean big problems when more people come out to cast their vote for the presidential election.
Basically, a lot of people become frustrated and dissuaded and may not cast their vote,
giving a whole new meaning to the term exit poll. Reporting from Flatbush, Joe Messeri, News 12 Brooklyn.